start to a little. We do. Real life entrepreneur, cut out the man in the middle. Some days it's slow, some days it go, but every day we trying to get to it. Running up, stay down and hustle like shit too. Trying to tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life. It is. Tuned in.
What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all follow me at I am Taylor Symone. We just had a dope interview on real life entrepreneurs, so make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and check out the interview. We dropping a whole bunch of business gems. So if you're trying to start a business, or you already have a business, or you need your credit repair, make sure you hit me up and you watch the episode and ask any questions that you need to ask. Want to take a shot?
What's going on, everybody? You rocking with the Real Life Entrepreneurs. It's your boy A1 Steel. Say, we got a hot, lovely entrepreneur in this thing, man. I'm talking about she would get your credit right and all that, man. She got the podcast going and her own little thing, man. We got the lovely Taylor Symone in this thing, man. Hey, say, how you doing today?
I'm good. It's been a busy day, but I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Where you from?
I'm in Triple D, Dallas, Pleasant Grove. What you mean?
Pleasant Grove?
Yeah.
Okay. Born and raised?
Born and raised. Now, disclaimer, people like to say that because I went to school in Mesquite, I'm not a true Pleasant Grover.
You went to like elementary and all that in Mesquite?
I went to John Quincy Adams in Pleasant Grove.
That's just the elementary, ain't it?
Eh? What that mean?
Oh,
like
you got no high school over there?
Nah, my mom wouldn't let me.
So she took you out the hood.
Went to Samuel. So we lived in Pleasant Grove. My mom went to hood and she went to Samuel. Okay. Everybody who from Pleasant Grove know what hood is. Yeah. So by the time it came time for me to go to, school to actually learn the fundamentals, she was like, nah, we finna take you somewhere where you gonna actually get an education. Yeah. Now DISD has changed quite a bit, especially with like Skyline, because I was supposed to go to Skyline, but everybody knows Skyline is overpacked.
Yeah,
they
Skyline
have always been crowded.
Always, like
right. They have always been crowded. My sister went to Townview, and my mom was just like, "You're not about to bus from Samuel to Townview like my sister did." Yeah. And so I think by the time I went to high school, they weren't even doing that no more. They weren't taking people from Samuel to Townview.
Letting you ride the bus that far.
Right. And so my mom was just like, "Nah, we not doing that." And so we lived in Pleasant Grove. Right there behind, we lived off of Foxwood, right behind Samuel. Okay. And then I lived with my aunt quite a bit, right behind Bruton Bazaar, off of it's called, I think it was Edna. It's literally right behind.
So growing up in Mesquite, because so you went back and forth from Mesquite to Pleasant Grove, like you still had family in the Grove and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I lived in Pleasant Grove.
Oh, you lived in? Oh, okay. Yeah. So you drove from?
I wasn't driving yet, but my mom was. So my mom drove me from Mesquite.
Yeah, she was willing to take that drive.
Right. So because my mom, she just wasn't having it. She wouldn't let me go to SS Connor because at the time I was before I actually started going to school in Mesquite, I was supposed to go to SS Connor. Okay. My mom was like, "Nah, you're not going to SS Connor. Townview was over like it's crowded. Yeah. Not Townview. Skyline is crowded. You're not going to bus from Samuel to Townview, and so we're gonna take you to school in Mesquite." And
so you went to like pre-AP's class? Was you in pre-AP like you was up there?
I'm a nerd. I was a nerd. I was in pre-AP everything, man.
You went to college?
I went to community college, but I do got a PhD in YouTube and a master's degree in Google.
How you get a PhD in YouTube?
Don't worry about that. Like I got it. I got it. The plaque at home. You want to see it?
No, I'm like saying like, do you get that? Like, do you have to actually go to school to get that?
No, I'm playing. Like I did. Like most of the things that I learned was from YouTube. Google,
YouTube
reading.
University.
Right. Yeah. So actually now I'm actually a student at Paul Quinn. Okay. College. So
what you taking?
Fundraising and philanthropy. I'm trying to learn how to raise money to give out free money for us entrepreneurs. Right. So when you understand the dollar, you know how to circulate.
That's like what you call it, nonprofits. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But nonprofit work, it can also translate over to for-profit work. You just have to kind of change the formula and how it works. So my main thing is learning how to find the free money, get the free money, write the grants, those type of things for-profits and nonprofits.
Because it's out there.
Yeah, it's really out there. People just don't know how to get it. Yeah. And so when you understand the connections and the people that you need to talk to and the realms that you need to be in and the verbiage that's in some of these applications and things like that, it makes it easier for you to obtain it. So that's what I'm doing. I got a year and a half left.
And don't you do credit repair too? I looked on there to see that you do credit consulting.
Yes. So the thing is about most people, okay, if you know me and you've been following me for a long time, I've been doing credit since I was about like 23, 24.
Fixing people credit.
Right. I'm 33 now. So how I got into that was I had my identity stolen when I was like 23. About 23, 24 when my son was first born. And so I was battling, like, I'm like, I ain't got no card, like no credit card. At the time, I didn't have nothing. I was still trying to figure it out.
So somebody got a card and everything in your name?
Yeah, they had cards, they had cars, they had loans, they had all kinds of stuff. And I didn't realize what was going on until it came time for me to buy a car. Right. I was like trying to buy a car. I'm like, all my cars have been cashed. I'm going to the dealership. I'm really thinking I'm on some big girl stuff. Right. Like, I'm ready. And they look at me like, girl, why do you think you was about to
come in here? Come in here and get you.
And I'm like, that ain't me though. Like, so I read everything. Like, I like to read books and everything. So I started to really get into reading, like the credit books, the federal laws, the 609 letters, those type of things. And I started deleting things off of my credit. And so what most people don't know about me is that at 23, I filed bankruptcy. And I did it because I was thinking, I keep removing this stuff off my credit, and it keeps coming back.
Let me ask you a question about bankruptcy. Does that help with the IRS? Like, say if you owe the IRS, does that help with that?
It helps keep them off for a second, but not
It don't
forever.
clear it. Yeah,
it don't clear it. Yeah. So you still have to go. You can still take the fact that you had a bankruptcy. You can take it to the IRS and say, look, I don't have the money, this, that, and the third, all of that. And they'll be able to work with you, but it doesn't clear everything. Because at the end of the day, any money that you've made, you still got to pay Uncle Sam back.
Right.
Because even if you don't have enough money to pay the bills that you incurred, that doesn't mean you didn't make the money. Right. And Uncle Sam still wants their percentage from the money that you have made. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, like I tell people all the time, it's important to know and understand your credit. So I really got invested.
So bankruptcy is more for credit wise.
No, not necessarily. So some people have poor financial choices that they've made. And so I'm not saying that a bankruptcy is for everybody. A bankruptcy is just for people who feel like, and this is my opinion, this is not, like, I'm not a legal expert, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a bankruptcy attorney, I'm not anything. I feel like if you have put yourself in so much debt that you have no way to bring yourself out, then it is something that you consider. Yes, you can be in bankruptcy. You'll be in bankruptcy and it'll take, like, they say 2 to 7 years, but that's not the truth. Literally, I filed bankruptcy when I was like 23. And I did it because there was so much stuff in my name that I didn't.
That you didn't do.
I was like, I keep sending in the letters. I keep proving it's not me. I keep deleting it. I keep doing all this stuff. And all they were doing was selling it to other creditors and then putting it back on my credit. Yeah. So I got tired of dealing with that.
Damn, they gotta know that's how they be. That's how they keep the credit, keep the shit going.
Right, at the time, I didn't know that I should keep the letters while I already got it deleted and send it back into the credit bureau and let them know, like, anytime you see this pop up, it needs to immediately be removed. So what I did was I filed bankruptcy to get a fresh start, to remove everything, and then literally my bankruptcy was discharged within 60 days. Less than 6 months later, I sent in a letter to the courts, and I was like, prove it's me. They couldn't prove it was me. So what they did was they sent me a letter saying, we're not able to prove it was you, and they removed it off of my credit. So those are the things, like, when I do credit repair. And
how long did all that take?
It took me like 6 months. Like, it doesn't even show on my credit now that I ever had a bankruptcy. It's not on my public record. And I know it's there, but nobody else knows it's there. Like, and even when banks do like a deep dive, they be like, well, it shows that you had I was like, no, it's not me. I was like, it's not on my public records. It's not on my credit report. You weren't able to pull it from my credit report when you pulled it. So it's not me. I was like, my name is a common name. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be lying to you. My name is a common name, so it's not me. And so I like to tell people, like, when I do work on people's credit, for me, this is not a quick fix.
You got to tell people that, because people be thinking that that shit gonna happen overnight. Like, this is a 6 month.
Exactly. It's a process. Yeah. But also, I don't want to work on people's credit who don't have goals. Right. So if you're just trying to get your credit fixed so that you can go and you can run it up and do some and start scamming and CPN, I'm not gonna work with you.
Yeah, that's pointless.
Right. What are we doing all this work for if you're not really trying to build something? So when I do consultations with people, I literally only take like 5 or 10 people, because I work with people. Right. So it's a process. It's like, okay, so What are your goals? This your goals. What is
So
your
that's
time
you
frame?
go through all that before you even
exactly.
take
What
them
is your
on.
what is your time frame? What are you trying to do? Okay, you need to sign up for Identity IQ. You need to send me your credit report. Let me take a look at it. Like, I need to know their goals before I determine if I want to work with them. And then what we do is, as things are being deleted, we are putting things on. We're getting secured lines of credit. We are opening revolving accounts. We are, if you're trying to build your business credit while you're building your personal credit, we are taking some of the things that we do personally and we're transitioning them over to business. So it's like a whole process that we do, because the thing is you're not about to pay thousands of dollars to get your credit fixed just to fuck it up again.
Right.
So I take pride into providing people the knowledge so that they don't ever have to be back in my, in my realm again. Because now
man, I done fucked up. I need you to fix
Taylor,
it.
I done did it again. I'm like, well, what did you do? Like,
Right.
I provided you the knowledge. You knew what to do.
Well, they can fuck the credit cards up.
Exactly.
The credit,
so it's like you knew, you understood what your
Yeah.
spending limit was. You knew what your bills were. We wrote
Some
out
people
your
don't
bills.
never. Some people just don't. When it go up, it's just they spending habit get beyond what they really.
They're living beyond their means.
Yeah.
And so that's my whole thing. So, like, I tell people all the time, they be like, well, Taylor, can you fix my credit? And I'll be like, I mean, you can schedule a consultation.
Mm-hmm.
You can send me your credit report. I'm going to take a look at it. And I'll put together an entire list of, what we should do. This is how much it'll cost. And I literally charge people per credit bureau, because what's on your TransUnion may not be on your Equifax.
Yeah, right.
Which on your Equifax may not be on your Experian. So some of the accounts that you want removed, it may not translate. It may not correlate over all three. So we can do it per credit report. So if you feel like, okay, I only want to work on my TransUnion right now because I only got like $500-$600 that I can spend right now, cool, let's focus on that. And then we can focus on the other two later.
Right.
So that's how I work. But my whole thing is, in regards to everything that I do, is knowledge. Because if you don't understand what you're doing in the beginning, then there's no longevity.
And you gotta pay to get to see that other one. Like you can go to Credit Karma and see that one was that Equifax and Trans.
Yeah, but Credit Karma is not live reporting.
Yeah, it's not.
So Credit Karma is typically like, I want to say like
so
a month behind.
So what would be the site for people to go see they live what they got?
I like to recommend
three.
Identity IQ. Identity IQ is really, really good. When you use Identity IQ every month, if you sign up for the membership, every month it'll give you a free report of all three credit bureaus. So it'll give you your score, it'll give you what's on your credit. You'll get alerts on like if your credit has been pulled, if something has been added, if something has been deleted.
So when you paying for these sites, does that go towards your credit? Do like they put it like you're paying something, or is just you just paying them?
No, you're just paying. You have a month. You have a monthly
stuff.
membership for yourself to be knowledgeable.
Yeah, just to see your stuff.
And I mean, sometimes if whoever you bank with, like if you have Chase or Bank of America, sometimes like that. I mean, something like that. Sometimes they will have a separate credit, like a credit reporting ordeal on the app. But it's typically not all three. It's typically like just your FICO or something like that.
I got Chase and Wells Fargo.
Right. So
it's not
Chase is typically just your FICO score. Right. It's not all three. So Identity IQ is really cheap. It's like $29 a month. You sign up for it. Once a month, you get your credit report. You get to review all of it. As things are being removed, you can see like, okay, this is gone, that's gone. My addresses are updated. My phone numbers are updated. You'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to see a live reporting of where your credit report is. Right. So I like to tell people, like, sign up for that so that I can log in myself and see it.
Right.
And then go on about that. But for me, credit is really knowledge. And then on top of that, it's knowing how to pretty much, I'm not going to say finesse.
Because you got credit, you got good credit and broke. You still got money.
Right, because you can utilize your credit.
Right.
And it's the same with business. If you got good personal credit and you're trying to run a business, you can utilize your personal credit to be a personal guarantor.
Yeah, I just started I've been having my business, but I just got the LLC. It's been about a year. So I'm really trying to figure out like to work the business credit and stuff like that. I didn't use the EIN and got certain things and and paid on it and stuff like that. But I'm be like trying to figure out like how can I get the business credit to where I can go pull out a loan and stuff.
Well, the easiest way to
barbershop, I got this, all this and stuff. It's just
the easiest way that I tell people to do it is take what you do personally and translate it over to your business.
Yeah.
So if you have a car in your personal name, put it in your business name. If you have
I
a
said
phone in
that.
your personal name.
Now, how do you do that? Now, I said the same thing. Like that's what that was one of the first steps I was finna do was put all my cars in my business name.
It's easy.
Now, if you don't have an ID, you ask for an ID? So how do you?
What do you mean an ID?
No, when you go get your title and switched over, they gonna need you. They don't need your ID.
Yeah, no. All you have to do is switch your title over to a business name. If you own your car, you tell them I want to put this under my business.
Okay.
You don't need an ID for your business. All you need is the actual information that your business is a fully running business. And if you have like a car that you are paying for, let's say under a credit union or a third party, all you would do is refinance that car under a company that it has the ability to house a corporation, like house a business. So Alley Finance is one of the good ones. So if you call Alley Finance, you say, hey, I want to apply for a business loan because I want to refinance my car into my business name. Alley Finance can do that for you.
Okay.
And I want to say GMC, like the Denali family, GMC, Cadillac, all of them, you can do that under them too. So if you have a Cadillac, a Denali, Escalade, you can go to them and they can actually do you a loan under your business name.
Okay.
So I think Audi's too.
Yeah, that's live. Yeah, that's cool.
So I tell people that's the first thing. Like even if you start an LLC and you don't know what your business is gonna be yet, I say take what you do personally and transition it over to your business.
Right.
Like even if you buy household supplies, go to Quill.com, get your dishwashing, your paper towels, your body wash. Get all of that under your business name so you can go ahead and build up your business credit, your business line credit, and what happens is these are things you already have to buy every month. You already got to buy toilet tissue, paper towels, dishwashing detergent, Dawn soap, stuff to mop the floor. You already got to buy these household supplies. Why not open up a Quill account? The first 3 months, buy those supplies from that account and show them that you know how to buy them and utilize your money, and then call them back after 3 months and be like, hey, the last 3 months I've made purchases of $100. Can you open me a credit line limit of at least $500 based off of my previous history? And they'll do it. That way now you'll be able to do a net pay. So you can order what you need, put it on net pay, and you have 30 days to pay it instead of paying it right then and there. And now you're slowly building up that credit history with them. So you go from 500 to 1,000 to 1,500.
And they report that.
Yeah, and they report it to your business credit. And you can go on, I want to say it's Equifax Business, and you'll be able to fully pull your entire business report. And it reports every month, like on time, this was the credit limit. And the difference between business credit and personal credit is personal credit, they don't want you to spend as much money. Business credit, you get more credit the more money you spend.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that dude's more smart though. You know, the more money you spend, the more they gonna give you. You know. So what got you into this? Like you know, like you said, far as somebody stole your identity and stuff like that. Before as like you deep into it to where, you know, it's like, did anybody in your family is entrepreneurs?
Nah, well, okay, so my mom has been an entrepreneur all her life. She owned like beauty salons, but she did it. I ain't gonna even. Sorry, Mom. She did the ghetto way. Yeah. You know, the hood way.
What's the ghetto way?
She, you know,
out her house.
No, she actually had a space, but no QuickBooks, no profit and loss, no balance sheets, no.
Oh, she just working.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like she made money, but it was cash being paid to her. Nothing was really tracked, I guess you could say. Right. No system, no invoices sent, no nothing.
Back then, you don't think they really had nothing like.
True. I mean, that's true, but they did though.
They did?
They did. Like, all the big time people had something. It just was our community that didn't really know how to utilize those tools that were provided to us.
Right.
And so, and then my dad was an entrepreneur. And so, I mean, I didn't end up meeting him till I was like 26, 27. And that's when I realized, oh, this shit is in my blood. Like,
what did he do?
Everything. He owned properties. He had 18-wheelers. He had like 11 or 12 properties between here and Oklahoma. He had cars galore. He had a trucking company. He pretty much did everything. Anything he put his mind to, he did it. Yeah. So when I finally met him, I was like, dang, you do everything that I do. Yeah. And
so it's in your blood.
Yeah, I grew here. I ain't flew here. So it was like everything was already embedded in me. Because
Right.
even, before I started owning my spa, I was in the real estate industry. So I was wholesaling houses.
So you own a spa too?
Yeah. I do a lot.
Okay, what goes on in the spa? Like just the facials and shit like that?
Yeah, so
Hot rocks, massages and shit like that?
yeah,
all
it's
that?
funny how people just think. Yeah, so I'm right now I'm in the process of like reconstructing everything. But it's really just a luxurious spa, like relaxation. I'm converting over to a med spa to do weight loss programs. I already work with quite a few doctors, especially for people who've had like cosmetic surgery, who've been injured, and they need like the rehabilitation on that end. But I'm converting over to more of a med spa to do more medical service, like lip fillers, Botox, weight loss management.
People that just had surgery.
Yeah, that's my specialty. People who've had cosmetic surgery. So I do a lot of lymphatic massage, post-op body contouring care, so people can maintain how their body looks. And people who have had cosmetic surgery, I can help them with their recovery process. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's cool.
I do a lot.
Yeah. So where was you? What do you got a building for that already? Like you already got a location?
Yeah, I was actually in Southside on Lamar for the last 6 years, and I finally.
you was downtown, like that was like downtown area. Okay, so yeah.
So I finally decided it's time for me to transition and do something different because I used to have a business partner. I bought out a business partner. I changed the concept of my company quite a few times. And I finally decided in order to change what I'm doing, I have to change my environment in order to scale. So I'm actually moving now to kind of like the White Rock area.
Oh, yeah.
And converting my spa over to a in-spa location and a mobile ordeal. So I was already traveling, but now I'm about to go a little bigger and better when it comes to the traveling and how I do things.
So you had people was working with you too? Or
I have employees.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm about to 2025. I'm about to really just pop out and do some things.
Okay, shit. That's just. You sound like it, man. You up on the upper echelon of the entrepreneur.
I be trying. I be telling people, don't let social media fool you. I be all over.
Really out here, really out here working, and you in movies. It's so like you doing movies and stuff like that. It's
I was
like
forced
shit.
into that. T-Speed, shout out to him. He was like, I'm finna put you in my show. What? I don't act. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You finna be in my show. So, yeah.
So how's that going for you?
It's actually pretty cool. So I used to manage my son when he was a baby. And my ex-husband, he acts. So I've been around it. And so
Your son was one of them Gerber babies?
Yeah, pretty much. He used to do a lot of modeling and things like that for like Belk, JCPenney's, Fisher Price, those type of things. So I was his momager until he got old enough to say no.
He didn't want to do it no more.
Yeah, so now I'm just like,
we found out you took them little letters and stuff when they told me your kid can be a model or something. You went to
it wasn't even that.
You know what I be talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It wasn't even that. Like, people used to see my youngest son, and he used to be like, oh my God, he's so cute. Like, he looked like a little doll. Like, he literally looked like a little doll. So one day, this lady ran into me, and she was with a modeling agency. She was like, hey, just bring him up here. Like we would like to do some headshots for him. So I was like, okay, cool. So that's what happened. He did some headshots. They started booking him for stuff like right away.
Damn.
And he was doing commercials, and they would use him as a little ethnic baby. Like, sometimes he'd be a little Mexican baby. Sometimes he'd be a black baby. Sometimes he'd be biracial baby. So it was, they started just putting him into stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll take him. And that's how he got into it. So by the time he reached like, I want to say 1.5 to 2, he was just like, I'm not fucking with this. Like, stop taking me here.
Oh, damn, that early.
Yeah, like, my youngest son, he has had an attitude since he could speak. And so he was just like, no. So he started acting a fool on the set. And he was just looking at me like, we going home?
We going to keep
or what?
doing it?
You ain't call my daddy? Because what we not going to do is this. And I was like, all right, I give up.
He like, he wasn't finna fuck with that.
Yeah, so...
That's live that you took your kids in their journey early, so they already know what the cameras and the light like. So they like, no, I don't want to do that. So now, how old is he now?
He's 11. He actually just turned 11.
So has he have another thought of going back into it?
So we've introduced all of them like to the world. So my oldest, he used to do like commercial shoots for sports. He doesn't really do it anymore. My bonus baby, he'll do like acting scenes with his dad, and he'll just pop in scenes. My youngest, he is just like, sometimes he's like, whatever my daddy on, I'm on.
Right.
Other times he's just like, I'm stay at home. Don't include me in that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So it just depends on his mood, because his dad acts, and so he's on set quite a bit. So it just depends on his mood. At one point, he was like, I want to act. I want to be an actor. I want to do this. And now he's just like, I don't want to do none of that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to fuck with none of that. That's what's up. All right, we got these cards right here. Why don't you pick 5 cards? You just point at them, whatever. I'll pick them.
Okay. The first one?
Okay.
The second one?
This one?
Mm-hmm. The third one?
This one?
The fourth one? And the fifth one.
All right. If you had to start all over again, what would you do differently?
I would do it by myself. If I had to start over again, I would do it by myself. I would work out the kinks by myself before bringing anybody in. Because the thing is that I started with a business partner.
Right.
And when you starting from the bottom and you trying to figure it out, you become really close with your business partner. Like, y'all got to figure everything out. But when you start to realize that y'all are not in the same alignment and y'all don't have the same goals.
Y'all not growing together.
Right, because you don't realize that in the beginning. Right. In the beginning, both of y'all just hustling. Y'all trying to figure it out. Y'all trying to get it together. But once you start to really make some money and make some moves, now you just like, okay, what are your goals? And if you realize that y'all goals are not in alignment, now you have this clash when it comes to running your business. And you're like, I don't want to run a business like that. And they like, I don't want to run a business like that. And you like, well, I don't know what to tell you, because this is what I'm finna do. So I think if I had to start over, I would do it by myself and work out the kinks, and then scale later down the road, because now I know what type of business partner I would want and what type of investment they need to. They
would have to come in on you. Everything that you already got moving in motion.
What type of investment they would need to bring in order to grow this company, because they would need to put something in to show that they really making some movements. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do by myself.
Okay, what made your business successful?
Networking. That's what made my business. Networking. I mean, most people know me, but they don't know what I do.
Right.
They just know me because they see me everywhere. And then when they see me everywhere, they be like, I see you in all type of places. What the hell do you do?
Right.
But it's because I've made it my priority to network and market myself so that I could be a chameleon in rooms.
Right.
So I could be in any type of room and blend in, or be able to hold a conversation and talk about the things that they're talking about.
Right.
So I've had the opportunity to curate real friendships with people that may not look like a crowd that I fit in, but they are a crowd that is very much me.
Right.
So I think networking has been like the biggest thing for me, because I took the time to actually make people see me. And instead of me going into rooms and telling people what I do, I made people come to me and ask me what it was that I do, because they seen me everywhere. So they knew, okay, if she in this room, she got to be somebody.
Right.
So let me go ask her, who is she?
Yeah.
So, networking.
Okay, what advice would you give to someone just starting their own business?
The first advice that I would give is to make sure that your foundation is in order. So even if you don't know what your LLC is going to be named, name that LLC after your name. First name, last name, Enterprises. Boom. You have your LLC. Let it sit and then begin to brainstorm. If you have an idea on what you're trying to do, put yourself in rooms of people already doing it to even see if you like it. So if you want to cut hair, put yourself around barbers. You know, go to the barbershop, ask questions, go to barber conventions. Put yourself in that realm, because even though it seems intriguing now, you might not like the processes when it comes time to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So put yourself around the people who are already doing it. Ask them ask them questions like, what mistakes did you make? Like, so that you learn from the mistakes they made and you won't make that same mistake twice. So that's my main thing. Put yourself in that room.
How did you find your business in the early stages? How did you fund your business in the early stages, and what financing options would you recommend for new entrepreneurs?
I was a hustler, so I found any way to make money. If it meant making a T-shirt, trying to cut on some shoes, helping people with their ventures so I can make a little bit of cash, that's what I did. I've always been somebody that found a way to make money, and then my prayer was always, God, let me be a stream of money. Money flows through me. It flows abundantly. Like, I am rich in money. Like, my mind is a passageway for the money. Like, I would always say different affirmations that came about, like, money oriented. But I also found things that were like easy and lucrative. So my biggest hustle was I would wholesale. So I knew a lot about real estate. And so I got into wholesaling, and I would just find properties for investors, and I would create my ARV sheet, and I'd be like, this is how much money you can make. This is the work that needs to be done. I've already done the work for you. Just buy it off of me. That's what I would do.
So you basically was like flipping houses, but they would have a price, and then you would go up on it, boom, boom, boom. This is what it costs, and then boom, boom. You put your little price on, and then
Yeah, so it wasn't necessarily flipping houses. What I would do is I would find a profitable property for them, and when they closed on it, my fee for finding that property for them would be included in the closing costs.
Okay.
So if they were closing on a property that they were buying for $30,000, the title company would have a $40,000 that they needed to close on because the other 10 would be mine.
Right.
So that's what I would do. I would find profitable properties because most investors don't have time to do that. They don't have time to sit down, find the property, look and see what work needs to be done, put together the ARV and try to figure out, what would be the profit, what would be the output, those type of things.
Yeah.
So when you bring that package to the table to them, and they just have to look through it and determine if it's a good buy or a bad buy, it makes it easy for them. So they'll be like, okay, perfect. Can I go see the house? I just want to take a double look. Boom. Right. Now you get to move forward.
Okay. Game, you hear me? She give it to you. What's your definition of success?
My definition of success is honestly generational wealth. Anything that I do is not for me. It's for my kids.
Yep, for everybody.
So they my broke best friends anyways, and they are the ones spending more of my money than I am. So when it comes to success, it is making sure that I'm able to take care of them. Mm-hmm. I'm able to leave something for them, when my time comes. Making sure that I'm creating avenues that make sense for one, but also avenues that will be able to regenerate, rejuvenate, and all of the above when it comes to financially for me and for my children. So generational wealth is my definition of success because I'm able to create an avenue for my kids. Like my oldest is a freshman in high school, and he wants to work so bad. Right. He want a job, and I'm like, why? He was like, Mom, I want to make my own money. You can already do that. So, like, I'm about to make him go to barber school.
Right.
And he's going to go, like, every Saturday for the next year and a half. Of course, he can't get his license until he turns 18.
Right.
But I'm
he can learn the skill. And
you can learn the skill. I could put you in barbershops.
And if he's once by the time he's in high school, he will have a nice, good clientele on his own.
Exactly. So I'm like, I could put you in barbershops. You can go and you can sit up there. You can watch other people do it. You can learn different techniques. You got homeboys. You play football. You are great at football. You can cut the football teams here. You can charge them $10. That way they don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You can do things to build up your craft, build up your portfolio. That way you always have something to fall back on. And you can do it in your spare time.
Right.
You don't have to clock in at 5 o'clock. You just got out of school at 3:45 and now you're there till 9 o'clock. You don't have to do that.
Right.
You can
slaving for somebody else.
Right. You could take 3 clients. You can be there from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, take 3 clients, make $150, go on about your day, and still get your schoolwork done.
Or he can just pick up a camera and record them cutting hair in school in the bathroom, stuff like that, and go viral.
Yeah, he can do anything.
And then you will be set for life just off of residual.
Right, and so that's what I tell him. Like
it's open. It's open for right now for everybody, really.
Right, and I open those doors for him. So that's my thing. Success for me is making sure that an avenue is built for my kids, because at the end of the day, the money, I mean, I can't spend the money, yes. Right. But the moment you have dependents, your money is not your money.
Right.
Like, it's their money, and they are my broke best friends. So if they need anything,
you're going to make sure they have it.
Yeah, the people that they're going to ask is me and their dad.
Right.
And that's it. The moment you have dependents, your life is not yours.
Yeah.
So
Facts. So what? So okay, we got 2025 is coming and approaching.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got planned? What do they can they see from Taylor Symone?
I'm about to step on some necks.
2025.
I'm about to step on some necks. My biggest vision is showing people that as an entrepreneur, you don't have to be bound to one thing.
Right.
You can do more than one thing. Most entrepreneurs do 50 million things.
Yeah.
That's because if you have one stream of income, you broke.
Right.
You got at least 5, you doing something.
Yeah. Got
You know
about
what I'm
6 like that. Hey,
right.
Man.
Most
Kevin Gates wasn't lying, man.
Most entrepreneurs are not doing just one thing.
Yeah.
And so my whole brand is built on beauty business and branding. I have a spa. I'm in the beauty industry. I teach in the beauty industry. I do a lot of speaking engagement with the beauty industry. Then I have business. I teach in business. I do a lot of consulting with business. I actually have a consulting company called MOB Consulting where I work with businesses, specifically small businesses, on getting their foundation in order, making sure their profit and loss, their balance sheets, their structural build up, making sure all of that is in order for them to try to get funding later down the road. And then what y'all see the most of is my branding.
Right.
So on Instagram, y'all see the branding, the hosting, the modeling,
other stuff.
Yeah, the branding is really just my hobby. That's just me getting away from the business side and just having a little fun because I'm good at it.
Right.
So 2025, I have books being released. I have TV shows dropping. I have series dropping. I have workshops coming. Building out franchises. I just have a lot of stuff in 2025 that I'm super excited about. That I can't wait. So
that's what's up.
And I'm changing my number. I can't wait to change my number because y'all got too much access to me, and that's not happening no more.
Right, because she sure wasn't trying to send me that number, boy. She was email.
Oh, did you ask it?
Email.
Look, but the thing is like
I said, but she's sending me straight to that email, but she sold business, boy. Like
I tell people it's easier to email me though, because I don't text back as quick as people want me to.
So that email gonna pop up. You gonna check because you know how that's how you know you business because you're checking emails.
Exactly. I tell people if you serious about what you want from me, you gonna send me an email because the email is always gonna be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to go through my emails.
She made me get professional, boy. She made me jump into professional mode. Like, damn, email.
Because
okay,
my text.
I have to make this email so professionally.
You didn't even have to do that. It's just I check my email. Like I literally make it priority like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
To sit down. I check my emails every day.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 times every day. But at least 2 times a week, I really sit down and I go through all my emails and I see what I starred, what I may have read the email and I read your email and unread it.
Right.
And I do that on purpose. So I literally sit down and I go through, okay, what's important? What do I really need to pay attention to? What do I really need to respond to? What do I really need to put on my calendar? I tell people all the time, put it on my calendar. Send me a calendar invite because if it's not there, I'm going to forget.
Right.
Like it didn't exist.
Like how do you do that? Like you do that through email?
Yeah, I do it all through email. I go in, add their email into my calendar and might send it to them. They confirm it. It goes to my calendar. If it's not in my calendar, it does not exist. And that's how I run my life. So I tell people, they be like, are you going to be available on this day? Let me check my calendar and see, and I'm going to get back to you.
Right.
Because
and they be thinking that you be bougie when you say that.
And I tell them, I'll be like, I'm probably the most down-to-earth, helpful person you'll ever meet. But it's the truth. It's like I have so many people communicating with me at once. In a day, I probably get no less than 75 text messages in one day. And
probably DMs is
I don't
going
even be
crazy.
checking my DMs like that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'll skim through my DMs to see if it's somebody I'm looking for or somebody I've already communicated with.
Right.
But it takes me forever to respond back to my Instagram. I think you messaged me and it took me a long time.
Yeah, it took you a minute.
What happened was I think I had to look. I was like, damn. It was entrepreneur something. And I had to scroll because my Instagram even deletes. I don't think it deletes some of my messages, but it hides them. Yeah, it hides them. So I'm
do me like that too. I have to go back and be like, man, bro, I just
seen something like. So then I have to go and I have to find their name, and I'm like, I know you messaged me, I just don't know where it's at.
Right.
So it's like I tell people, if you really serious about what you're doing, you're gonna send me an email.
Right. When you said that, I'm like, I'm gonna send her an email.
I was like, don't invite me to something. My email is in my Instagram. If you serious about something, you will send me an email. Like all my pages, even my consulting page. the email and the contact information. I even have a business phone. All of that is in there. If you send a text message to the business phone, I know where you got the information. I know where you got this number from. You got it from social media. That's the reason why it's my business phone. Right. You got it from social media because that's the only number I put out there. Nobody is given that number unless it's business oriented. So I know where the two come from. So I don't play about that.
Man. Say, that's what's up, man. I sure appreciate you pulling up, man, on us, you know. She is a real life entrepreneur for sure, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in with her, follow on all social media platforms, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this your boy A1 Still, and we out this thing.
Running, stay down and hustle like shit too. Trying to tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life. Tuned in to RLE TV, trying to tell you this real life.